This video intended for educational purposes. Hey guys, it's Adam, aka Swimming Bird, and welcome back for another Minecraft Snapshot. This is 13W3A for Thursday, January 17th. Lots of cool stuff in this one, a couple new items, some improvements to TNT Nukes with the Minecarts, and also combat improvements to make skeletons and zombies even more fearsome. Now let's start with something that is kind of simple. It is a nice little fix, but this is something that people have wanted for a long time, and it's going to make stuff so much simpler. If you take a bucket here and you get some water, as long as that water is above a source block, like another water block, it will automatically fill in. No more ugly water currents all over oceans and rivers. You don't have to go through and fix it by hand or use a command. It will automatically fix itself. Now, if you use TNT to blast areas, it will fill itself in a bit, but not perfectly. So it's not perfect, but it is way better than we had before. So that is an awesome fix. I just wanted to get that out of the way because it is really cool. Now, the first new thing here, the quartz pillars, you can actually place them sideways. They work like wood blocks now. So if I was to place it on this part, towards the bottom block here, it would go face up. But if I was to hit a side, it would go to the side. And I used it to make this cool pattern over here. And I think it's going to be some really nice decorative uses for this, even making the quartz blocks more beautiful than they were previously. So you can have some really complex like floor patterns with different orientations and stuff. I think that's really cool. So a quick thing over here, I've got a lot of little contraptions built to show you the new items, but before I get into that, command blocks actually now work with comparators to tell you if the command works. So this one I have set up, this is like a normal command, time set day, and if I flick this switch, it will turn the comparator on, also set it to day. Now this will keep this going as long as this command block is still here, telling you that this command has worked. Now if I was to enter an incorrect command, like bake nearest player a cake, which isn't a command obviously, and I try to flick that, it will not activate the comparator. So this is an easy way if you use command blocks to tell you whether they work or not. So that's pretty awesome. Now over here, there are two new items I want to show off before I get into this crazy thing I built. The first one here is the minecart with hopper. Now it's just a hopper stuck in a minecart. This is what it looks like here. I've got one already in my inventory actually. And next to that is the other new item. This is the dropper, which looks a lot like the dispenser, but it actually kind of has like a happy face on it. The dropper is crafted like so. It's basically a dispenser, but with a hopper in there. Now these two can work together. The dropper will actually pick up anything that is in a minecart track in its way, and it can drop it down. Like if you have a rail over another hopper or a chest or something, it will drop it straight into that through the bottom of the minecart, which is really cool. You can send these around your minecart tracks to like pick up crap when you're mining and stuff like that. And then the dropper is similar to the dispenser, but I've got it set up over here. If you put items in there such as arrows, potions, spawn eggs, all this stuff, snowballs, water, that would normally shoot out, it actually just drops them. So you can use droppers for a lot of different things to get you to like collect items without having to like shoot out and waste the items. So it's kind of cool. Now together I have used these to build this little chicken machine. When the chickens lay their eggs, it goes down through the hopper and falls in here. Now the hopper will activate this comparator, which shoots the egg out of the dropper, and then the minecart will pick it up when it gets an egg. Now it's not perfect, it's just a little silly design to show you both. Now if we can see an egg, I just heard one go, so hopefully that will come down through here and activate this. Might need to kick this thing and be right back. Okay, we're back. I had my repeaters a little too delayed. So here we go. When an egg travels down, which we just saw one, it will shoot out of the dispenser, go into the hopper, which then gets it placed into this chest through this hopper here. And wow, it is really going crazy. It looks like it might have fizzled out a little bit. Let me do this. There we go. It's a little great. Yeah, this is still very glitchy. I'll probably need to break this redstone and just fix it that way. But yeah, it's just a simple design to illustrate how this works. A little messed up, as you can see. There we go. But yeah, it basically is showing that the dropper can drop things into the hopper minecart and put it in the chest, which is kind of cool. And this is another function here. Detector rails, if a hopper cart goes over them and it has stuff in it, it will power the detector rail. But if it goes over, as you can see when it went back, it didn't have an item in it, it will not power these comparators. So you can tell if something's coming through that has something in it, or you can use that to activate stuff, which is kind of cool. Now, over here, I wanted to show this. This is by someone, user on Reddit named Minipa. He's showing a way for dispensers to have items that shoot out without needing to put them in the dispenser. Basically, you're using the dropper here as a makeshift like stopgap between the dispenser. So if I was to power this, the arrows from here would go down through the hopper and into the dropper, and it would actually shoot them out of the dropper into the dispenser. That way, if someone comes up, like especially on adventure maps, and tries to steal items out of the dispenser to disable it, they can't, because it's actually held in the dropper. So if I step on this, it shoots them out like so, and will keep doing so if it hits that pressure plate. But yeah, it's coming from the dropper into the dispenser, which is pretty cool. One thing you could do to mess this up is just go up here and throw a bunch of items in, and that would actually stop it from shooting out. It's shooting out the eggs and stuff, but then it will shoot those other items instead. So you could kind of disable it that way, but just a little Indiana Jones way to do it. But if you're playing an adventure map, you have to be a little clever with it. But that is pretty cool. Now, the minecarts with TNT have been improved here, and before I show you the nukes, I want to show you this over here. If a TNT minecart goes over a activator rail to detonate it, it will not blow up any of the tracks or block below the immediate block below the track. So I can demonstrate that here. If we send this, it's going to get activated, and when it blows up, it will not destroy the immediate track blocks, but it will destroy other stuff around it in redstone, so you have to be careful. But it is a good way to use these TNT minecarts without necessarily messing up your track, which is pretty cool. The track is basically protected now, so all this will be fine except for the ground around there. Now, speaking of the nukes, you probably want to see those again. The lag has been improved significantly when you use these, so you can do a lot bigger holes than you're used to from last time. That sounded so weird. So I can put a ton of these down, and I can tap it, and we'll probably go sky high here. Let's try that. Jeez. Okay, and there goes. I can see is that the moon? Yeah, I can see the moon under the earth because I went so high. And when we fall back down, you'll get to see the massive crater that it created, I'm sure. Whoa, there it is. So yeah, you can do these TNT nukes. They seem to be a little less powerful. This is still a pretty big hole, but now you can do more of them, so it's a lot easier to get these big blasts. I think it's definitely an improvement. That was pretty crazy. I did like a ton of them. But yeah, the lag that was stopping servers and freezing games is not there anymore, so there's barely any lag, at least for me, when I do these. So yeah, TNT nukes are still in. Hopefully they stay all the way into 1.5, and we can do some crazy damage with them. Okay, so you guys probably want to see the zombies and the skeleton improvements, so let's set time to night here. Let me get rid of most of my items that I don't need for this, and I'll put on my gear because I'm going to need some armor and a sword. Now this scales with difficulty, so you're going to need to be careful when playing on hard now. I'm going to go down here, time set night. Oops, there we go. And then, so let's start with zombies. Now I'm going to spawn a group of zombies over here, and you'll get to see their improvement in a second. And we're going to go pretty far away so that they can't see me. And then game mode create, or survival. Here we go. Okay, so zombies are in a group here, and they can't see me. But if I hit them with my bow, they all alert now in a group, and they will all start coming towards me. When you hit them with an arrow, that was typically the good way to dispatch zombies, but dinner mode has made it so it's a little more balanced now. Zombies will detect you a lot farther away when you hit them with an arrow, and when they're in a group, they will get pissed off, and what's more, ooh, I don't have much life left, I gotta be careful. If they're on fire, when they hit you, they will cause you to be on fire. Hopefully I don't die here. Okay, let me go back to creative really quick. Ugh. Okay, I need to give myself some food before we show skeletons. Skeletons have an improvement as well. So zombies, their weakness was range, but skeletons' weakness was melee. So skeletons have been improved here. Let me get away from this zombie horde before they start coming after me again. Now, I'll go back into survival, and I will spawn. Oh, uh-oh, spiders coming. Let me get rid of these spiders real quick. Okay, so we're gonna spawn a skeleton in a sec after I have my pie. Okay, so skeleton, now they're stronger at melee. So if I'm close to him, he will shoot a lot faster to try to hit me, and he can hit me from closer, like a 1 block range. So he's shooting a lot faster. So you got to be very careful with skeletons and melee range, because they are a lot tougher now. So yeah, both skeletons and zombies have significant improvements, and like I said, this scales with difficulty, so you probably won't notice this on easier difficulties, but on hard, you're definitely going to see this, and zombies basically are going to overrun you like zombie pigmen would when you piss them off, so be very careful with that. Now, one last thing here before we head out. The options actually have a little bit. I can exit completely so I can show you this and go back to the main menu. The texture pack button is gone, and it is replaced with texture packs. Oops. In the options now. So this is something that Optifine has had for a while, but you can go in and change your texture pack in the options while you're playing. You don't have to exit out completely, which is awesome. And then one last thing. Now this is the default. It's actually a little bit bigger than the default chat size here. You can see it's pretty long. But you can go into multiplayer settings and actually scale this down, and you can see me do this down there, a little faded. But yeah, I can make the chat a lot smaller than it normally would be. So you can condense it down into the corner. If you don't want to see the chat, you can make it basically as small as you want, which is pretty cool. So that is pretty much it. There's a lot of bug fixes, like if you spawn a wither in peaceful, it no longer makes those glitched blocks, stuff like that. The best bug fix this week is the water fix, I believe. That's my favorite one. But yeah, lots of cool stuff. We got some new items, new combat stuff. It's a good mix of different features. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and leave a like if you found this helpful and you're excited for 1.5, and I will see you guys next week, actually possibly tomorrow. They'll probably put out another snapshot, so I'll see you guys again for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.